Welcome to Salad with a Side of Fries. I'm your host, Jen Trepic, talking wellness and weight loss for real life. We're here to clear up the myths, misinformation, bad science, and marketing to teach you how to eat and how to cheat. Are you ready? I'm having salad with a side of fries. This week, we're talking about Chick-fil-A. Now, if you're a longtime listener, you know, and I will say it all the time, I can find something to eat anywhere, fast food included. And then I received great feedback on our nutrition nugget on Panera. So I wanted to keep going in this category. And you may or may not know this, but Chick-fil-A is the highest grossing per franchise fast food in the country. So I figured, let's go to Chick-fil-A next. So this may surprise you, but there are actually quite a few options on the Chick-fil-A menu. So we're actually just going to focus on our best options there rather than going through the rest of the menu and the nutrition facts of things that you maybe want to skip. We're just going to focus on the ones that I would recommend. I think as a general rule of thumb, Chick-fil-A, between their grilled options, the fruit, the Greek yogurt, the kale salad, like even without this episode, I think you could do very well if you're a frequent listener of Salad with a Side of Fries and you're putting into practice everything that we talk about every week. But let's dig into it. Let's go through like breakfast and then the rest of their meals and sides and all that good stuff. So starting with breakfast, you may or may not believe this. My favorite thing is the hash brown scramble bowl with the grilled filet added. Okay, it's 420 calories, 26 grams of fat with 8 grams of saturated fat, 15 grams of carbohydrates, of which there's 2 grams of fiber and 2 grams of sugar, and then 31 grams of protein. Now, there are 1,230 milligrams of sodium. So across the board on all of these, almost all of these, the fat and the sodium are our major trade-offs in choosing fast food versus something else. With that said, they're all choices. It's trade-offs. This is what we're making or choosing when we're saying, okay, I'm going to have Chick-fil-A. Fine. Awesome. You do you if that works for you or not. On the macronutrient front with this one, 31 grams of protein, 13 grams of net carbs. And then you have that fat, so those, even the little higher on the net carb isn't terrible. Yes, the fat, there's trade-offs in the fact that it's fast food, but that's impressive with 13 grams of net carbs, 31 grams of protein. Now, again, that does have the grilled filet added to it. So you'll want to make sure that you order that. But also, it still has the hash browns with it, which, you know me, fries, hash browns, hello. So, okay. The next one might actually surprise you. It's the berry parfait. And I don't love the berry parfait, but I don't love it because it has a lot of carbs with not a ton of fiber, but it does give us 12 grams of protein. So it's not a total pass. It's just more carbs than you would think for something called a berry parfait. The other very surprising thing about this one is that, and also another reason why I wanted to talk about this one, is because you can actually order the berry parfait with granola or with the cookie crumbs on top. And surprise, surprise, you might think the granola is the healthier option, but the cookie crumbs is actually a little less in terms of carbohydrates, a little less in sugar, and some fewer calories. So surprising, yes. So that's the berry parfait that has Greek yogurt with berries, and then you'll get the cookie crumbles. It's 240 calories, 8 grams of fat, 31 grams of carbs with the cookie crumbles. I think it's 38. You can look it up, but I think it was 38 with the granola, and then 12 grams of protein. I think it might be 13 grams of protein with the granola. Okay, moving on from breakfast, awesome go-to are the grilled nuggets. So there's 8 grilled nuggets per order. You have 130 calories, 3 grams of fat, of which it's only 0.5 grams of saturated fat, 1 gram of carbs, which is 1 gram of sugar, and then 25 grams of protein, 440 milligrams of sodium on this one. So it's kind of on the edge of snack size and small meal size for a woman, Definitely not a meal's worth of protein for a biologically male body. You could potentially do 2 orders of the grilled nuggets. Honestly, I don't even hate that in this scenario. That would get you, maybe almost 1,000 milligrams of sodium, which again, it's a lot, but like you would then be getting like 50 grams of protein. So I think they're an awesome choice. And in most restaurants, like at a steakhouse, I love making a meal of sides. You can do that at Chick-fil-A. So you could do the grilled nuggets and then do the kale salad side. We'll talk about that in a minute. You could even share the waffle fries with someone. There's so many options. And I'm so impressed with Chick-fil-A's chicken. Okay. Similar to this, the grilled chicken sandwich. So that one's 390 calories, 12 grams of fat, of which it's 2 grams of saturated fat, 770 milligrams of sodium. Again, right? Trade-offs with fast food. 28 grams of protein, which is like 4 ounces of chicken. It's 44 grams of carbs, of which there's 3 grams of fiber and 12 grams of sugar. So you can decide if this works for you. Certainly try it, see how you feel. The other thing that I think is worth noting on the grilled chicken sandwich is that they use like this, it's like a lemon marinade on their chicken. So it actually has flavor even without sauce. You could certainly add sauce. I would say stick to barbecue. But if you really love their Chipotle sauce, you do you. We'll talk about the Chipotle sauce in a minute. The next menu item really surprised me. Are you ready for this one? It's the cool wrap. Okay, so here's how they describe it. They say it's sliced grilled chicken breast, nestled in a fresh mix of green leaf lettuce with a blend of shredded Monterey Jack and cheddar cheeses, tightly rolled in a flaxseed flour flatbread. That's like a tongue twister. Flaxseed flour flatbread. Okay, here are the nutrition facts. 660 calories, 45 grams of fat with 9 grams of saturated fat, 1,420 milligrams of sodium, 32 grams of carbs, of which, are you ready? 14 grams of fiber, 5 grams of sugar, and 43 grams of protein. So certainly there are trade-offs on the sodium and the fat. But with 14 grams of fiber and 43 grams of protein, this is going to last you. Like that is a solid meal. I was just blown away by the protein and fiber in that. And then the salads. So the salads are interesting. They're not great. They're not terrible. The Cobb salad with crispy nuggets is 830 calories, 60 grams of fat with 13 grams of saturated fat, 2,220 milligrams of sodium, 31 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fiber, and 8 grams of sugar from the 31 grams of carbs, and 42 grams of protein. So it's certainly a lot of fat. It's certainly a lot of sodium. Like the interesting thing about it is that our instinct would be go for the salad, but based on these nutrition facts, like that cool wrap might actually be, another choice for you here, depending on what you're looking for. And this one actually gives you the crispy chicken, which, really might be what you want, might kind of hit the spot. The other salad it's kind of a toss-up for me between the salads. The other salad is the market salad with grilled nuggets. So that one is 570 calories, 32 grams of fat, of which it's 6 grams of saturated fat. This one has 1,080 milligrams of sodium, 41 grams of carbs with 6 grams of fiber, 27 grams of sugar, and 32 grams of protein. So this one's a little on the sweeter side because it has fruit on the salad. So you can decide, which is your preferred salad between the market salad and the Cobb with crispy nuggets on it. But it's sort of a toss-up between the salads. Another one that really surprised me was the chicken tortilla soup. Get this, 340 calories, 11 grams of fat, of which it's 3 grams of saturated fat, 1,070 milligrams of sodium, 38 grams of carbs, of which it is 17 grams of fiber, and 4 grams of sugar. And then there's 24 grams of protein. So how does this soup pack this nutritional punch? So they make it with shredded chicken, navy beans, and black beans. So I mentioned it before, the Kale Crunch side salad is also a great option. Add some protein to that. Maybe you do like the soup and the kale salad, solid meal. Of course, as always with fast food, there are trade-offs, like the fat and the sodium tend to be our biggest trade-offs here. One more quick note, because I promised you I'd talk about the Chick-fil-A sauce. I know people love it. I'm going to say this. I recommend opting for barbecue or buffalo rather than Chick-fil-A sauce. But if you really love it, you do you, right? Pick your battles. I'm just going to say it's not doing anything for you. I mean, none of the sauces are supporting our health or really doing anything for us, but you know what I mean. Last thing, I couldn't go without talking about the fries, right? So a large of their waffle fries, their signature fries that are beyond delicious. The large is 600 calories, 35 grams of fat, 5 grams of saturated fat, 65 grams of carbohydrates with 7 grams of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, 7 grams of protein, 340 milligrams of sodium. So all things considered, like considering that they're fries and waffle fries at that, they're really not terrible. A small is 320 calories, 19 grams of fat, 3 of saturated fat, 35 grams of carbs with 4 grams of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, and 4 grams of protein. So, like I said, they're not the worst fries I've ever heard. Order the other things, split the fries so that, you're having the fries too, because balance. And all in, I am impressed. I'm impressed with how many quality choices they really offer at Chick-fil-A. And of course, for any of your personal favorites, you can go to their website, look up the nutrition facts, and compare them to things that we talked about here, or go back to our episodes on reading labels to learn more about what you're looking at. But that's Chick-fil-A. Lots of options. Well, friends, I'm your host, Jen Trepeck. Connect with me on Instagram or all social media. I am at Jen Trepeck, JENNTREPECK. Website is asaladwithasideoffries.com. Pick your platform, send a message. I love hearing from you. So wherever is easy for you, send your takeaways, your ideas, your questions. This is also on any platform, sending a message, the easiest way to learn more about working with me as your health coach. Jill Teets, thank you again for joining us for this week's episode. And friends, if you are not already, join our membership program by going to glow.fm/saladwithasideoffries to show your support for this podcast, this community, and most importantly, support your health. You'll get this week's recipe for the swordfish with crushed olives and oregano. Well, friends, that's it for today's episode of Salad with a Side of Fries. Congratulations for making yourself and your health a priority. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to click subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform. Share us with a friend, and we'll be back next week. Always remember, you deserve it, and you are worth it. Happy healthy.